What if I told you the worst kidney damage doesn't happen during the day, it happens while you sleep? Think about that for a second. 8 hours in bed, and instead of healing, your kidneys are being silently destroyed. I'm Dr. Johnny, and tonight I need to give you a warning that could change your life. Because these innocent bedtime habits almost every American does without a second thought are slowly poisoning the very organs that keep your blood clean and your heart beating strong. Ignore them and you're not just risking swollen ankles or high blood pressure. You could be walking into dialysis, a life chained to machines. But here's the truth that gives hope. Once you know what these 7 habits are, you can cut them out and your kidneys can finally breathe again. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal each trap, show you the science behind the damage, and give you safer choices you can start tonight. And it all begins with one habit, so common, so ordinary, yet it's secretly the fastest way to weaken your kidneys while you sleep. You might think it's harmless to ignore that late-night urge to pee, telling yourself, I'll just wait until morning. But holding urine overnight is like forcing your kidneys to fight a battle they can't win. The longer your bladder stays full, the more pressure it places on the kidneys, and that pressure can backfire in ways you don't expect. Take the story of Mark, a 62-year-old retiree. He prided himself on sleeping through the night, believing it meant he had a strong bladder, but within months he began waking with lower back pain, swollen ankles, and eventually an infection that landed him in the ER. Doctors explained the truth by ignoring his body's signals. He had created the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, and his kidneys were paying the price. Science backs this up. Studies show that prolonged urine retention increases the risk of urinary tract infections, which can travel upward and trigger kidney infections. A distended bladder also raises internal pressure, impairing the delicate filtration units in the kidneys. In older adults, this risk is multiplied because the kidneys are already filtering slower with age. What feels like saving sleep could actually be silently shaving years off your kidney health. The solution isn't complicated. Train yourself to empty your bladder before bed and never ignore signals during the night. If waking up once or twice bothers you, remember this: a few minutes of lost sleep is nothing compared to the lifelong burden of dialysis. Protecting your kidneys starts with listening to your body even in the middle of the night. But only knowing this danger isn't enough, because the next nighttime habit seems even more innocent, yet it loads your kidneys with poison one bite at a time. It feels so innocent, grabbing a bag of chips, salted nuts, or even instant noodles before bed. But every handful of salty food you eat at night pushes your kidneys into crisis mode. Salt doesn't just make you thirsty, it forces your body to hold on to fluid-raising blood pressure and making your kidneys filter harder at the exact time they're supposed to be resting. Take the story of Linda, a 67-year-old grandmother. She loved her nightly ritual of pretzels and late-night TV. But after months of swelling in her ankles and rising blood pressure, her doctor discovered the real culprit: excess sodium. That harmless snack was silently overloading her kidneys, trapping water in her body like a sponge and pushing her closer to kidney failure. The science is crystal clear. According to the American Heart Association, just one bag of salty chips can push you over the daily sodium limit. Too much sodium causes fluid retention, raises blood pressure, and directly damages the glomeruli, the kidney's delicate filters. And here's the catch: older adults are especially vulnerable because aging kidneys can't excrete sodium as efficiently as they once did. That means what your body handled in your 30s or 40s becomes dangerous in your 60s and beyond. The fix: swap the late-night chips for a small bowl of fresh fruit like apples or grapes or even unsalted popcorn. Not only will you satisfy your cravings, but you'll also protect your kidneys from a nightly salt overload. Remember, the taste of salt lasts minutes, but the damage to your kidneys can last a lifetime. But just knowing salt is dangerous isn't enough, because there's another habit that seems healthy, yet it drowns your kidneys in pressure all night long. We've all heard the advice: drink more water, it's good for you. And it's true during the day, but when you overload on water right before bed, you turn the night into a battlefield for your kidneys. Instead of resting and filtering smoothly, they're forced into overdrive, flushing excess liquid, while your body should be in deep repair mode. Think of James, a 70-year-old retiree who believed drinking 2 big glasses of water before sleep would cleanse his body overnight. Instead, he found himself waking up 3 or 4 times to use the bathroom, each time breaking his sleep cycle. The result: chronic fatigue, rising blood pressure, and ironically kidneys that were working harder, not healthier. Science explains why. A 2023 study in nephrology dialysis transplantation showed that late-night overhydration raises nighttime blood pressure and increases nighttime urine output, both of which strain kidney function. When kidneys are constantly forced to excrete large volumes of urine overnight, they don't get the restorative downtime they need. And in older adults, frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom are linked with higher risks of falls, fractures, and cardiovascular strain. So what's the smarter move? Hydrate consistently throughout the day, especially in the morning and afternoon, but taper off after dinner. If you feel thirsty at night, a few sips are enough. Your kidneys will thank you with steadier blood pressure, less nighttime stress, and deeper uninterrupted sleep. But only knowing this hidden danger isn't enough, because the next nighttime habit doesn't come from what you drink. It comes from how you live. And it silently rewires your body's clock in a way that wrecks your kidneys from the inside out. Many people believe that staying up a little later to finish a show, answer emails, or scroll on their phone is harmless. But every hour you delay sleep is another hour your kidneys are denied the chance to repair themselves. Sleep isn't just for your brain, it's when your kidneys reset blood pressure, balance electrolytes, and repair the microscopic filters that keep toxins out of your blood. Consider Sarah, a 64-year-old who regularly stayed awake until 1 or 2 a.m. She brushed it off as just being a night owl, but over time she developed uncontrolled blood pressure and swelling in her hands. Tests revealed her kidney function had declined by nearly 20% in less than a year. The culprit wasn't her diet or exercise. It was chronic sleep deprivation, stressing her kidneys night after night. The science is sobering. Research from the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology shows that adults who average fewer than 6 hours of sleep are at a 19% higher risk of developing chronic kidney disease compared to those with 7 to 8 hours. Poor sleep raises cortisol, the stress hormone, which directly damages blood vessels and forces kidneys to work harder. And late-night blue light exposure makes things worse by disrupting melatonin, the hormone that protects both heart and kidney health. The solution is simple but powerful. Set a consistent bedtime and protect it like an appointment. Turn off screens an hour before bed, keep your room dark, and aim for at least 7 hours of sleep. Your kidneys, along with your heart and brain, will thank you. But just fixing your sleep schedule isn't enough, because the next habit could undo all your progress in an instant. And it's one mistake that far too many seniors make every single night without realizing the danger. It's easy to think I'll take it tomorrow morning when you forget a pill at night. But missing just one dose of blood pressure or diabetes medication can send shockwaves through your kidneys. These tiny filters depend on stable blood sugar and steady blood pressure to survive. When those numbers swing wildly overnight, the damage is direct, silent, and often permanent. Take Robert, a 68-year-old with high blood pressure. He often skipped his evening dose, convinced that one pill couldn't matter. Within months, he noticed pounding headaches in the morning and fatigue that no coffee could fix. When his doctor ran tests, his kidney function had dropped faster than expected. The reason: every skipped pill allowed spikes in blood pressure that tore at the kidney's delicate blood vessels night after night. Science confirms this danger. Studies published in Hypertension show that patients who miss nighttime medication doses face significantly higher risks of kidney decline and cardiovascular events. Stable nighttime control is especially critical because kidneys regulate blood pressure during sleep. Without that protection, the glomeruli, your kidneys' filtering units, endure relentless pressure and microscopic scarring. The solution: treat your medication schedule like oxygen. Set phone alarms, keep pill boxes on your nightstand, and tie the habit to a bedtime routine like brushing your teeth. Consistency is what saves your kidneys, not perfection, but never letting just one night turn into many. But only remembering your medication won't shield you completely, because there's another hidden threat waiting in the very way you sleep. A position so common it quietly strangles circulation and forces your kidneys into distress. It may feel cozy to curl tightly into a ball or sleep with heavy blankets pressing down on your body. But positions that restrict circulation don't just cause stiffness in the morning, they can silently compromise blood flow to your kidneys. These organs depend on a steady stream of oxygen-rich blood to function. When circulation is cut off for hours, the strain builds quietly in the background. Take Mary, a 72-year-old who loves sleeping on her side, with her knees tucked tightly against her chest. She thought it was just her comfort position, but she began waking with tingling in her legs, morning dizziness, and swelling that wouldn't go away. Her doctor explained the link: poor circulation overnight meant her kidneys weren't receiving proper blood flow, leaving waste products to linger longer in her body. The science backs it up. Research in circulation and renal physiology shows that compromised blood flow during sleep can reduce renal perfusion, the delivery of blood to the kidneys, by up to 15%. Over time, this reduces the efficiency of filtration and increases the risk of fluid retention and rising blood pressure. For seniors with already delicate circulation, the effect is magnified. The solution is straightforward: sleep in a neutral position that allows free blood flow, such as lying on your back with a supportive pillow under your knees, or side sleeping with a cushion between your legs to keep circulation open. Even simple steps like lighter blankets or avoiding tight sleepwear can make a noticeable difference. Protecting your circulation means protecting your kidneys every single night. But even fixing your sleep position won't stop the final and most destructive nighttime habit, a choice millions of people still make, that drains their kidneys faster than any other. And it all starts with a single drink. A nightcap may feel like the perfect way to relax, but alcohol before bed is one of the most ruthless enemies of your kidneys. While your mind drifts into sleep, alcohol forces your body into dehydration, throws off electrolyte balance, and leaves your kidneys scrambling to clear out toxins long after you've closed your eyes. What feels like comfort is actually chaos beneath the surface. Consider Thomas, a 66-year-old who swore by his nightly glass of whiskey. He believed it helped him fall asleep faster. But over time, his mornings were filled with pounding headaches, muscle cramps, and swelling in his feet. His doctor later explained alcohol had been silently robbing his kidneys of hydration, spiking his uric acid, and pushing him closer to kidney disease with every sip. Science couldn't be clearer. Research in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology shows that regular nighttime drinking raises the risk of both chronic kidney disease and high blood pressure. Alcohol dehydrates by increasing urine output, strips the body of magnesium and potassium, and elevates uric acid, all of which place enormous stress on already aging kidneys. Worse still, the damage compounds over time. What begins as just a drink becomes a slow, relentless attack. The solution: if you drink, do it moderately and never as a nightly habit. Replace that bedtime glass of wine or whiskey with calming herbal teas like chamomile or hibiscus, which support relaxation without draining your kidneys. Protecting your kidneys means making choices that let them recover overnight, not drown in toxins. But this list of 7 habits is not meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you. Because once you understand the traps, you hold the power to stop them. And when you see how small daily changes can add up to years of healthier kidneys, you'll realize the most important truth of all. Your kidneys are not weak, they are remarkable survivors. Every single day, they filter nearly 50 gallons of blood, balancing your electrolytes, removing waste, and keeping your body stable without you ever having to think about it. But like any silent hero, they can only take so much abuse before they begin to falter. The truth is, most kidney disease doesn't start with a dramatic symptom. It begins quietly with simple mistakes repeated over and over. And tonight you've discovered 7 of the most common ones. But here's the part that matters most: it is never too late to change. Maybe you've recognized 1 or 2 habits you're guilty of, or maybe you saw yourself in every single one. Don't let that discourage you. Even small adjustments done consistently can take enormous pressure off your kidneys. Choosing water wisely, putting down the salty snack, going to bed on time, or simply remembering your medication, these are not impossible tasks. They are steps within your reach starting tonight. I want you to see this not as fear, but as empowerment. You now hold the knowledge that many people don't learn until it's too late. That means you have the chance to act differently, to protect yourself, and to extend not just the life of your kidneys, but the quality of your years ahead. So here's what I encourage you to do right now. Save this video so you can revisit these 7 habits whenever you need a reminder. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Why? Because every week I share the latest doctor-backed insights, practical tips, and life-saving strategies designed to protect your kidneys, lower your risk of dialysis, and keep you healthier longer. When you subscribe, you're not just following a channel, You're joining a community that is fighting back against silent kidney damage together. Remember, protecting your kidneys is not about perfection. It's about awareness, consistency, and choosing the little actions that add up. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You only need to start one habit, one choice, one healthier night at a time. And here's the hope I want to leave you with: your future is not locked in. With the right choices, you can wake up with more energy, less swelling, steadier blood pressure, and a peace of mind that your kidneys are safe. Take care of them, and they will take care of you. Always.